Needs a key for that. I thought it was upstairs. Does the key work everywhere? You open the door with Rythe's studio key. Oh, this is the studio down here.
Please hurry. I fear Rythe is in danger.
Okay. How could you possibly know he's in danger? Come on. Maybe he just went somewhere else. Maybe he's cheating on you. When we had last left the hero of Kvatch, well, their journeys in and around Anvil continued, this time with them seeking out home ownership. Indeed, they spoke with Velwyn Belarus, who had an offer they couldn't refuse. Belarus Manor was up for grabs, up for sale, for the paltry sum of 5, 7, 8,000 gold? A sum that I wouldn't call paltry, especially considering the fact that it was haunted by spooky ghosts and none other than Lorgren Belarus, the ancestor of Velwyn, who was super duper into necromancy and super duper into coming back to life once you gave him his hand back. Thankfully, the hero of Kvatch was able to vanquish all the Halloween horrors, and now, seemingly the house populated itself with illustrious decor and wonders beyond belief. Now it was time to check out maybe some more similar side quests before they eventually began checking out the Fighters Guild. This is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Welcome back. Let's heal up a little bit. Thanks to our vampirism. There we are. Let's do a quick save and let's see, where should we go to first? You know what? Last time we spoke of that painter quest, and I am kind of into that. Is this it? A brush with death? Yeah, we have to get to Cheydinhal, however. There we go, which is on like the complete opposite side of the entire world. Okay, let's head on over here. There we are. I'll get a little bit of magicka back from this Ayleid well. And then I think we'll go into Skingrad. Oh, who is this? Well, this is a bandit. Okay.
You die!
There we go. Was it just you that we were in combat with? I suppose so. Okay. Let's continue over here. Stash my weapon as well. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh. Did you spawn in right behind me? That person was not there, right? Tamika?
While the guard hid behind the walls, you took the fight to Oblivion itself. Maybe your example will inspire others.
Maybe, though that said, you should you should be careful. I think almost every other time someone else has decided to try to enter an Oblivion gate to close it, who wasn't me, at least in Cyrodiil, it has gone very poorly. Tell me a rumor?
Ugok has some good horses to sell. I sometimes can't tell her from her sister, though.
Okay, tell me about Skingrad.
Skingrad's wines are the best in Tamriel. I invite you. Try them for yourself. Here, it is perfect for grapes and perfect for wine. The sun and soil here are like my native Hammerfell, but the climate is milder and the rainfall more reliable.
Did you actually give me...
Be seeing you.
Oh, okay. You meant here like the location. I thought you meant here as if like you were going to give me some. Shamir? I don't think I've ever actually met Tamika.
Well, well. If it isn't the Holy Crusader himself.
What? Okay. All right. Man, he's not too happy about it. Tell me a rumor?
Old Glarthir's a bit out of his mind, I think. He's convinced everyone is out to get him.
And tell me about the city?
Riemann Broder. He works Cyrodiil's vineyard. I work Tamika's vineyard. Riemann spent 20 years in the Legion, and he's an advanced marksman trainer.
Okay, what do you do?
Let's get to training.
You also do marksman. Apprentice.
Goodbye.
Are they out there too? Can I go talk with them? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, David Cyrodiil.
I'm David of Cyrodiil Brothers Vineyard. Gaston is my brother. From our vineyards come the finest wines in Tamriel.
Finer than Tamika's?
Yeah, well, in all honesty, no. But our wines are very good, and much cheaper than Tamika's very fine product, I assure you.
Okay. Tell me a rumor.
The West Weald is a good place. Irina Geranus isn't the friendliest person in the world, but not a bad sort when you get to know her.
And what about Skingrad?
Gaston and I make great wines, reasonably priced. Skingrad has 2 great vintners, Tamika and Cyrodiil. I'll never say a word against Tamika's wines.
Wow, they live in perfect harmony. Okay. Raymond Broder?
Raymond Broder, retired archer.
Oh, Raymond.
Presently a grape grower for the Cyrodiils at your service. Are you looking for advanced training?
I am not. Oh, you're with the guild? Tell me about Skingrad?
I served as a Legion marksman for 20 years. I retired here to Skingrad, work in the vineyards, and supplement my income as an advanced trainer.
Okay. keep
hiding.
grinding, man. Keep hustling. Stay hungry, brother. All right. I supplement my income. Man. Weird to hear in a fantasy setting, I feel. Okay. I don't know if I've talked to any of the vintners, I suppose, and the people who work here. Which I guess you would be a vintner if you were employed at a winery. Even if you're not, like, the owner. Where's the other Cyrodiil, though? Take some flax. Yeah, where's the... There should at least be another Cyrodiil brother somewhere. No? Tilmo?
You need to see Ugak if you want to buy a horse. She's inside.
Okay, thanks.
Good day.
I don't really want to buy a horse, though. I guess I'll talk to her, however. Okay. Grateful Pass Stables. May as well check it out. We need to pass time until night anyway.
Oh, what is it?
Hello, Ugak
What's going on
Gra
with
something.
you?
Oh.
I heard people saying they ran into goblins around here not long ago. Oh, I can't stand those things.
I avoid those things whenever I can. Horrible creatures.
Okay.
You want a
Ugak.
horse? I can sell you one. There are no finer bay horses than those sold by the Grateful Pass stables.
Okay. Good talk. I don't
ahead.
have an interest in a horse, but I will persuade you. Okay. Sure.
No, please. Remark. Oh, goodness, what can I say? That's just talk. What a no. You do me. No, please. Ugh, that's foul. Ugh, that's foul. That's just no. Really
That's foul.
interesting. That's just talk. Real no. You do me too much honor. I see.
Okay. Great. I see as well.
Bye.
Goodbye. Let's head on out. Or can I just wait in here? No, I'll probably get in trouble. We can head to our humble abode. Oh yeah, we can even, while we're there, we can wait until nighttime. And maybe we can wait until it's so deep into night that we can suck off our own butler too. Will help us get around over to Cheydinhal during the day. Let's see over here.
Who will help
Is this where our house usually is? Is this where it's at? Is there one of these? No. There we go. Okay. And then let's wait here for, I guess, 6 hours? Past midnight? She should be asleep.
Are you not feeling well?
Aja, go Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go in there. Go into your little sleepy zone. Here, I'm gonna go to sleep too. I love to sleep. I'm not a vampire. I love sleeping at night. Let's see. Maybe we'll go for like 2 hours. There we go. And that should work. You dream of walking through the cool night air. I think this is another new one we haven't read yet, huh? Your body cries for blood, having not fed for days. Weakly, you stumble to a small pool. As you bend down to it, you see that it is not water in the pool, but warm, fresh blood, steam rising off of it. You lower your head to drink, but cannot open your mouth. As you realize in horror that your lips have been sewn shut, a pair of cold white hands reach out of the pool and draw you. Oh, no, wait, I have read this one. Okay. Also, the hands belong to Manamarco, but not in the way you would think. It's because he's a necromancer. There's someone else's hands. He's just holding them like some sort of extendo super grip maneuver. Okay, let's head on over here. Yeah, I think she's asleep now. Great. I'll do a quick save. Just in case. And then... part of me wonders, should I put on the gray cowl whenever I do this? Just as like an added precaution? I feel like I ought to. There we go. Cool. None the wiser. And then, where is my normal hat? Reflecting helmet. Good. Then we can head over to Cheydinhal. Oh god. This little situation is a nightmare right there. I don't remember that being the case, it like trapping you in. That said, I don't think I ever really slept too much at the Skingrad player house. Okay, over here, Cheydinhal Westgate. Good, good, good. Yeah, I think before we start up the Fighters Guild arc, I think it'd be a good idea to clear out some of these side quests we've accumulated. Oh, our objective is outside? Weren't we to report to a house? Oh, maybe it's the front door. Yeah, okay. Let's chat with someone real quick about Rythe Lathandas, though. Oh there, Burz Grokash.
What do you want, a job? If you want it from me, you'll have to join the Fighters Guild. Not that I'm sure you can cut it.
Damn, okay. Take it easy. What do you know about Rythe Lathandas?
Rythe Lathandas is one of the greatest painters in all Cyrodiil. Sadly, he's gone missing. His wife, Tivila, is beside herself with grief.
Okay. What do you think of the city of Cheydinhal?
This guild is going to hell in a hog cart. Look at what they give me. Keld of the Isles, Odinbar, both guardian rank. Useless.
Okay, yeah, useless. God, they suck.
Yes?
Can I persuade you any? Okay.
Oh, I don't talk such rot. You've got a point.
Okay. Let's try...
What? You say that's really funny. You've got a point. Oh, not now, not later. Not now, not later, not ever. Oh, that's great. I won't fight you. Not now. You've got a point. Oh, that's great. That's really true. That works for me.
Okay. Good. I don't want to ask about the Fighters Guild just yet, really. And then, let's head on over here. Rythe Lathandas' house. Yeah, I guess we'll speak with Tivila Lathandas. Hello, Tivila.
I'm Tivila Lathandas. I apologize that I can't give you the respect a guest in my home would normally receive, but I am at my wit's end. I am sorry to be so forward, but I desperately need your help. It seems that my husband, Rythe, has gone missing. and I just don't know what to do.
Okay, sure. Maybe he got sucked up into an Oblivion Gate and murdered by demons, you know? Right, someone going missing during the literal Oblivion crisis, it's a little bit of a tough one to be like, oh yeah, sure, something else probably happened. It probably wasn't the most obvious thing that happened to them that, you know, the marble jaws of Oblivion opened, demons poured out, took them away. Right? So, frankly, same goes for the situation with the Return of the Dragons in Skyrim. And someone goes missing inexplicably, you have to imagine, like, they just got swooped up by demons. A dragon flew down, grabbed them, they're gone, right? Who would possibly think, like, oh yeah, something else maybe happened? Yeah, ask anybody about it. It's like, yeah, it's probably the current, like, global crisis, or like continent-wide crisis at the very least. Tell me a rumor.
They say a thief actually stole one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Library. Who would have thought it was even possible?
Oh my god. And what of Rythe Lathandas, your husband?
Yes, my husband is the Rythe Lathandas. Have you heard of him?
I've heard a little bit of him. No, please tell me about him. There's no time for idle chatter? Does this just shut down the dialogue completely? There's no way in which I can be like, yeah, I know of him. There's no time for idle chatter.
Oh, yes, of course you're right. I shouldn't be telling stories when he could be in danger.
You said Rythe's missing?
Yes. Rythe likes to work in his studio with the door locked so no one can disturb him. He usually comes out to eat dinner and sleep, but 2 days ago he didn't come out at all. At first I wasn't worried. He does that occasionally. But when he didn't come out for a full day, I unlocked the studio with the key he said to use only in emergencies. It turned out he wasn't inside. I'm sure he never left that room, so I have no idea where he's gone. Please, help me find Rythe. I love him dearly, and I am so worried.
This is such a wild relationship where he's so devoted to his craft that it sounds like he barely even sees his family, right? Let alone he barely ever leaves the room when he's working, right? He's either is sleeping, going to get food, or he's working. Don't worry, I'll find Rythe. Sorry, I can't help. I'll find Rythe.
Oh, thank you so very much. Here's the key to Rythe's studio. You may come and go as you please. If you need me, I'll be around the house. Do hurry. I miss my love so much.
Okay, can I persuade you any?
Go on.
I can. Okay.
You're a big fat liar. Really now? You're good one. Please, oh, don't make me laugh. That's pretty good. You're a big fat liar. What a good one.
Okay.
Do be careful.
Wonderful. Needs a key for that. I thought it was upstairs. Does the key work everywhere? You open the door with Rythe's studio key. Oh, this is the studio down here.
Please hurry. I fear Rythe is in danger.
Okay. How could you possibly know he's in danger? Come on. Maybe he just went somewhere else. Maybe he's cheating on you. You open the door. Not only is he not in there, right? But you come to find out he's never been painting anything, right? There's like one painting in there, and it's halfway done, right? As it turns out, there's an open window that he slips out, and he's over here banging the rest of Cheydinhal without your knowing it. Okay, well. Anything else of interest here? Okay. Unusual painting to the painted world. Good. Cool.
Please hurry. I fear Rythe is in danger.
Anything else before we activate this interesting painting? Nope. Okay.
Do be careful.
All right. Here I go. It's interesting that the troll on the painting, like, it's the same exact painting from the original game, and thus the troll looks how they do from the original game rather than the remastered version. After touching the painting Rythe had been working on, I suddenly found myself standing in a strange forest. It looks familiar, like the Great Forest in the heart of Cyrodiil, but something is different about it. Oh my god!
Where did you come from? You look real enough. You must be from the outside. Oh, thank goodness someone finally came. While I'm overjoyed to see a friendly face, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. You're stuck here like I am. Sorry to break it to you like that, but if it wasn't for that annoying thief, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
There's an annoying thief.
Tell me more.
Let me persuade you a bit. Dude, they must be running the game through some sort of, like, filter, huh? Are these unique assets? It feels very much like they're filtering the entire game, though. Right, like, look at the torch. Huh. How odd. Okay, sorry, I should be doing my little mini-game here.
Really? Ugh, you can't scare. What a wonderful compliment.
Okay.
Not fun. Is that so? Please, I wish I could say that. Really? You can't. No, you do me too much honor. Goodness, what can I say? You should be ashamed. That's just talk. I wish I could say that. That's not bad.
Okay. Let's talk about this terrible thief.
I was in my studio when a Bosmer wearing dark clothing accosted me. Before I could call for help, he knocked me unconscious. When I came to, I found that the door to my studio was still locked and that the thief had snatched my paintbrush. That's when I saw it. There was something on the canvas of my painting that I hadn't put there. It looked somewhat like a troll, but it was badly done. Then it hit me. The Bosmer must have leapt into the painting, then painted guardians inside to protect himself using the brush of true paint.
Oh, the brush of true paint. Right, of course. That's the only way it'd be possible. Tell me about the brush of true paint.
I knew the secret of my success would be revealed one day. I can tell you all about the brush if you like.
The secret of your success. Okay, well, please do.
Very well. The brush showed up several years ago in the possession of an artist who was serving in the Arnesian War of 396. It seems an errant fireball had exploded next to him, and he lost the use of both arms. He was a stubborn man who didn't want to give up his talent. Being a devout follower of Dibella, he prayed to her for something that would allow him to express himself once more. She heard his plea and gifted him with the brush. It said the bristles of the brush are woven from Dibella's own hair. That injured man was my father.
Oh my god.
He passed the brush on to me.
That injured man was me.
And I intend to pass it along to my kin one day. Did you want to know how it works?
Yeah, that's actually what I meant. Originally, I didn't want to know about your poor dead father and how his arms got blasted off. Yeah, how does it work?
The brush allows the artist to paint from within a canvas. It opens a portal into which the artist may enter to paint things life-sized. All the painter has to do is have the brush in his possession, and whatever he imagines appears in the canvas. Of course, I'd like to wave it around anyway. It makes me feel more like a legitimate painter. I guess it all doesn't matter now. Unless you can defeat those painted trolls, we have no chance of getting the brush back.
This is really wild. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't what he's implying here that he considers himself a talentless hack because he's had to rely on this brush of true paint for all of his work? Which, as an aside, it sounds like it doesn't give him that much of an advantage, right? He's being overly... Imagine a creative type being overly hard on themselves. But, it sounds like it just lets him go in and paint it life-size with finer detail and potentially, like, I don't know, wielding your imagination in some way. I don't know how the whole life-size part and then it wills your own imagination to life. I don't know exactly how these connect, right? Just as an aside. But what's more, is that he said that he's been using this for, like, all of his art. right? He got the brush after his father died. How many other paintings has this dude made that you can jump into, right? Are we in like a Mario 64 situation? How many paintings has this guy made? At what point is it like, okay, this painting you can't go inside of anymore? How does that work? Tell me about painted trolls.
The trolls that the thief painted seem to have turned on their creator and killed him. He didn't know the brush had its risks. The creatures are now loose all over the forest and in the clearing where I was still working. The brush is on the body of the Bosmer thief there. I will not be able to help you. I am not a warrior. But take these bottles of turpentine. They might help. Do be careful.
And what would happen if, like, his wife came in and just started drawing shit on the canvas, too? What would happen then? You know, I feel like this is such a wild concept that like, it begs so many other questions about how exactly this works. Tell me more about the painted trolls again.
I'll have to remember to remove the trolls from my painting before I complete this piece.
Okay.
Be cautious, friend.
Oh my god, it gets even more wild. How do I look? Oh yeah. Wow. I don't know if it's cool or if it's actually like hard to look at. Huh. Oh wow. Which, to be clear, way back in the day, it was very impressive too. But this is impressive kind of in its own right. Yeah, it must be running through like a filter or whatever, right? I remember this is before like really the advent of like generative AI and LLMs as we know them today. But remember a few years back, before all that, when, was it Adobe Photoshop got all these like kind of impressive filters and you could like run an image or whatever through the filter? It's very reminiscent of that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Was it Adobe Photoshop? I think so. Okay, well, let's do a quick save. How does Gordon look in here? Let's get Gordon out. The way in which it, I don't know, like, removes depth is really freaky for me, too. Look at you, Gordon. You're art now. I'm just kidding, Gordon. You were always art. Okay. Let's head on in. This is so fucking wild. We're like, we've entered an artsy indie game. Right? The only catch is like, there's no 2D platforming. There's no tricky word puzzles. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, weird! Are these not, trolls as they would have originally appeared? Yeah. Look at their claws and everything. Huh. These are so much more like how trolls look in the original game. Right? They're not nearly as, I don't know, hairy? Okay. Yeah, the current ones have like black fur or whatever. Kind of, around certain parts of their limbs. How peculiar. Okay. The painted troll fat. Ooh, when we get out of here, we need to drop it and see what it looks like. But it's got some amazing effects on it. Okay. Cool. Are there any other situations like this that we could run into in the game? I guess Shivering Isles may have something. But probably not to this level. Yeah, this is wild. Huh. Look at that. Oh, that's so fascinating. Okay. And look, the way in which the the like blades of grass kind of mesh together in this painterly way. But then as you get closer, you know, the level of detail kind of changes around to where you can kind of make out the individual blades, but even still it's very like, I don't know, like impressionist, right? Like see the way in which the yellow part of the flower pops out so much more? Huh. Okay. I'll take that. Should I be in third person for this? Look at my ridiculous run. Okay. There we go. Is this where I need to be? Is this it? No. I do kind of appreciate that it is hard to see stuff from a distance. Right? Like, look how far away everything kind of blends. You know? As you would expect from, like, painting. You know, the foliage kind of blends together and everything. Dude, this is so wild. And yet the tree trunks do kind of stand out. Because they've been painted in, like, different strokes. This is such a fucking trip. Looks like fucking Arrakis over there, though. Okay. Oops. There we go. The troll fat, unfortunately, is extremely heavy. It's 2 units a pop. Even the blood splatter on our blade. Oh, that's so wild. How does my character's whole ass face... Oh, yeah, even from the inventory. Wow, okay. Huh. Does having Night Eye active do... Oh my god! Okay. Holy shit. Okay, get me out of there. Put back on my regular hat. One more. Great. Okay. Here's the body that we seek. Bosmer Thief. I've located the thief's corpse. I should now search it for the brush of true paint. Yep, there it is. I've retrieved the brush of true paint. I should go back and return it to Rythe, so together we can leave this strange landscape. Yeah, for such a memorable quest, there's like, you know, especially returning to it, there's shockingly little to do. You know, it's very straightforward and to the point. You know, it's very much just, okay, yeah, you're in the painting. What fucking else do you want? Come on, go get the guy, kill a few trolls, you're done. There's not even like a puzzle, there's not any situation where it's like, oh yes, Hero of Kvatch, you must wield the brush of true paint and help us paint our way out of here. Oh, Hero of Kvatch, thank goodness you showed up. Unfortunately, just like my dear old pa, my arms have been blown off by an errant fireball. Won't you use and wield the paintbrush to help me get out of here? Actually, I guess it wouldn't work out that way either, because his dear old dad was able to paint, right? That was the whole point of the paintbrush, right? That he was able to wield it even having had his arms blown off. Okay, anything back here? Nope. God, this is so wild. Why don't more games have, like, little one-offs like this? You know, more Unreal Engine games? What a weird case study for this. Huh. God, I really need to play that Witcher Blood and Wine or whatever. I heard that one's also kind of a trip. I've never played any of the Witcher 3 DLC. Okay. Yeah, I'm shocked that more UE5 games don't make use of this in some form or another. Like, I wouldn't want to play a whole game like this, but like I said, it's fun for a one-off. Yeah, look at the way in which the flowers pop as you get up close to them. Right, see, we've got a bunch of flowers dotting the ground by us right now. And then as we move over here... Oh, well, shit, there ain't flowers over here. Well, we can see the flowers right there, and then... as the level of detail changes, you even get, like, these white ones coming in, too. It's so wild! Which I know I assume it's just like a filter in UE5. It's just such a trip to be playing through it, rather than just, like, seeing the filter applied in, like, a before and after situation. Huh. Okay. Oh, there's a fun hole here. Oh. Oh, my. Okay. Rythe Lathandas! Ho there!
Let me go paint us a way out of here.
Okay.
Good work. Now I can paint the portal home. After it's complete, you must go first, or else you'd be stuck in here forever.
Right. So people can enter, but they can't leave? So Rythe Lathandas, you really took a risk entering here. No? Like, if you enter... He saw that the thief escaped in, presumptively, with the brush, and then you're able to enter without it, but you can't ever leave unless you have it. So, Rythe Lathandas, you came in here, like, completely unarmed, unless you got, like, magic. Well, no, because the trolls stood in your way, huh? This was a very ill-conceived plan, Rythe Lathandas. Okay.
Follow me.
I will follow you. Oh, wow. I don't remember this being how the portal out worked either. Rythe used the brush of true paint to paint a door back to his studio. I should now step through and return to Tamriel. Where even am I, though? The painted world. Oh. Does it look different on the map? No, it looks very normal. Because it's just a filter. No? Okay. Anything
No time
else?
to talk. Let's go home.
Okay, let's go home. So could he have painted like a version of anywhere else on Tamriel? Right, like how did we get back home? Is it because he spent so long in this one room he knew exactly what it would look like? So he painted it and thus we're back? Like, what if he got it slightly wrong? Would we have entered like a split version of Tamriel, like a different derivative version, a deviant version of reality? You know, like to what end? Like, what if... Right, there's candles in here. What if the wax had melted slightly more? You know, and it's like a domino effect, like making one slight change, you know, like suddenly people walk around with like salamanders on their feet or something like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like traveling back in time and you push over a chair and it causes a domino effect. Or even better, if he knew of somewhere else, right, could he have just used the brush of true paint? If you know what, like, a certain room looks like, for instance. Like, for instance, where the Elder Scrolls are stored, and you accurately paint that, could you go into that room just instantaneously? Could the painted world be like a Nexus hub? I feel like we shouldn't think about this too much. You're not supposed to think about this too much, right? I would love for them to revisit this and the brush of true paint in like a future game or something. Maybe it comes up in ESO, maybe? Because the time in which he says that it was used. Well, no, he said like 390 something. Presumptively third era, right? 390 something. Yeah. So would it would probably still exist. Man, I would love to see it come back. Anyway, there's so much opportunity. Like, you could build you could literally build an entire game around the mechanic of, like, creating and changing stuff in the world and, like, portaling yourself around. I mean, you know, people have, that's Portal, that's Scribblenauts. That's like, Baba is you, you know? All right. We've arrived back in Rythe's home. The painting is now sealed, and Rythe is safe. I should speak to him when I have a moment. What'd you think about that, Creamy Man? I was in there. Did you see that?
Rythe! Oh, my love, you are home safe. I was so afraid.
If it wasn't for my friend here, you'd be right.
Come, you must need food and rest.
We're friends.
I will rest, but I must take care of our guest first.
Dude, he hates her.
You have a good heart.
He hates her.
Home. I'll never forget what you've done for me. Here, please take this apron as a token of our friendship. It's not much, but perhaps it will help you in the future. All I ask in return is to keep the brush's existence secret. If word gets around that I have it, I'm afraid more than a lone cut purse will visit me.
Okay. Apron of adroitness. He was just talking like it was just a regular apron. He's like, yeah, hopefully this will help you. You know, if you ever need to, like, do some cooking, do some craft works or whatever, don't forget the apron. Make sure you don't it. It'll keep the rest of your clothing relatively clean. You don't need to worry about any unseemly, unsightly staining from, like, painting or cooking whatever liquids. Okay. Good talk.
Safe journey, Sergio.
Hello. Tavella?
Please, share the hospitality of our home.
No, nothing else.
Say, by the 9 divines, can't a woman get a moment to herself? Leave me.
Oh my god! Is it because... Oh, I'm trespassing now. Okay. Sorry, let me just get out of here. No, she's actually not talking to me. She's talking to Rythe Lathandas. This is... We've witnessed just a moment of the true nature of their relationship. That's how he's so good at art. It's actually... He didn't need the true brush anyway. He didn't need it at all. He just thinks that. In truth, he's a good artist. And we know that because he's depressed, because he's in a terrible marriage with his wife. They both fucking hate each other. She wants him to always fucking get out and leave. He stays inside of the room working all the time. He occupies himself with that. He's depressed. Of course he's good at art. Of course he's making incredible things. My man is depressed. All right. Luckless Lucina, hello.
Oh, me children will thank you for your help.
Oh, okay. Tell me, well, here, have a coin?
Kind sir.
Have a rumor?
Can you believe that a thief broke into the Imperial Palace itself?
I can't believe that.
Blessings of Julianos.
Oh, she's out here now.
Hello again, Matsera.
Hello.
I hope I can help.
Okay.
Safe travels.
Can I ask about
Matsera.
Rythe Lathandas now?
You violated the law.
Because of the trespassing?
Pay the court a fine or serve
Oh my
your
god.
sentence.
Okay, you know what? Someone suggested I try this. Let's give it a shot.
Then pay with...
Okay, hang on.
Watch out!
By the 9 divines!
Did you do this to be a
some kind of maniac?
Oh my god.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody...
Okay, and then because I've... Oh shit, no, I don't have the means to do it. Okay, I'll pay the money.
Here's the procedure. We go to the castle.
Okay. What a fucking a-hole. Let me get back my stolen junk. God, what a sick bastard she frankly was. It's fucking entrapment, right? It's fucking entrapment. She just had suddenly, oh, we came out of the painting. I saved your husband, who you fucking hate, and suddenly I'm trespassing. Oh, okay. You may as well have put the whole ass canvas right in a fucking pit of lava. Okay, got all that. Took a big risk there, picking it, or opening that treasure chest with the guard right there, and with our stealth eyeball opened. Okay. Yeah. What, for being such an iconic quest, kind of a little too little, right? There's just not enough going on with it. Man, I'd have loved, at the very least, you know, given all of our interactions with, like, Daedric princes, and we get, like, a fun item. You know, we get the Sanguine Rose, we get the Skull of Corruption. We should have been able to keep the brush of True Paint. He should have been like, oh, yeah, you know what? I don't need this. You've made me, through our adventures, through solving puzzles in here with you, Hero of Kvatch, I've learned that I actually am good at art. I don't need this. You take it, right? You deserve to have it after your help. I don't want it. It will only right? It will only bring more trouble to me and my family over the years. This is not a blessing to hand down to my kin. This is a curse. Now that people know of it, won't you take it? And he'll be like, well, yeah, sure, of course I will. I'm the Hero of Kvatch. And he'll be like, use its power responsibly. And then suddenly we get painting power. Look at this guy just walking here. Is he coming for me?
A coin for an old beggar?
Oh, Brucius the Orphan.
Please be generous, kind sir.
Okay. Here, have a coin.
Thank you, kind sir.
There we
Blessings
go.
of the shadow upon you.
What show was it that did the bit about someone being an orphan, but they were like an elderly man? Is this a nod to that? What was that? What show was that I'm thinking of? Was that like an old Seinfeld episode? Was that like Arrested Development or something? What am I thinking of? Oh my god, they killed her! They killed Luckless Lucina! She actually did die! Oh my gosh. I guess her luck truly did run out. Wow. I mean, it had run out for a long time. That's why they called her luckless. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh wait, you're not the singer?
Been casting some destruction spells.
Yeah, we'll never get to hear him again do his terrible song. It's probably for the best. Hello.
I'm Urani Lervu, Castle Mage. Perhaps you've been warned off me as a scandalous, blasphemous scoffer and cynic. The characterization
Never
is
heard of you in my
completely
life.
Accurate.
Oh.
I despise the gods and those who bow before them.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not in the Mythic Dawn, though? Okay, sure. Tell me about Cheydinhal.
You worship the 9 divines, perhaps. Have they ever helped or harmed you? Of course not. Now, worship a Daedra Lord, and you get effects. Bad ones, of course, but clear and measurable effects.
Tell me about Daedra Shrines. Also, too bad I can't bring up the brush, you know? Tell me about Daedra Shrines.
The Azura Coven in the Gerals north of Cheydinhal. Nice folks. Nothing like the blood-drinking Daedra worshippers everyone raves about. A waste of time, of course, worshipping gods in the first place. But at least they're not raving lunatics.
She doesn't know about the Oblivion Crisis. This kind of talk, like, months after the Oblivion Crisis finally dwindles down, if she doesn't fucking watch her mouth, she's gonna get burned at a fucking stake. Right? She will be burned alive talking
Farewell.
like that. Okay. Let's head on over and track down another quest. How about... We've got this one for Leowin. Oh, have I bought a house in Cheydinhal yet? My god, I don't think I have. You know what? Let's go over to...
Yes?
To the Count's Hall and buy up a house. I don't believe we have one yet here, right? I don't believe so. Let's get some speed running along here. Good, good, good. Is this it? Yeah, the County Hall. Very good. The Master of Sneak is very sneaky. Oh shit, am I not going to be able to buy a... Hang on, I might actually not be able to ever buy one.
You have some nerve addressing me after slaying my son. You're lucky I didn't have you executed on the spot. Now, get out of my sight.
I might not ever be able to buy the Cheydinhal house.
Hurry up!
I might be locked out of it.
Duty calls.
Tell me a rumor.
Rythe Lathandas seems to be back in town. Wonder where he was off to.
Who can say?
Farewell.
What of you,
Hello,
Garrus?
As always, you're a welcome sight.
Yeah.
Until we meet again.
I don't think we're going to be able to buy a house now, because the Count hates my guts. And for good reason, too.
Well met.
He thinks I killed his son, and I guess I did. Rockanar.
You wear the shadows well, fellow thief.
Okay, anything else going on with you?
Tell me more.
No.
Shadow hide you.
Okay, well, thankfully we've, in the original playthrough, we have bought the house before. Is there, like, a loop around? Is there a way around the fact that, Count Indaris hates my guts? To where I can actually buy the house? That's very funny. Okay.
There's a charge in the air.
It did not even occur to me that I would get barred from buying the house. Okay, well, let's see, what else? Start with one of these really early ones that we've had for quite some time. Not these first two yet, right? We'll do unfriendly competition. Yeah, this is for the merchants in the market district. Okay. There we go. Fast travel over that way. Cool. Those born under the sign of the lover can well, who can say what you can do? Okay.
How do you do?
Hello there.
What were they saying?
Good evening.
Okay. Jensen's good as new merchandise. Hello, Jensen.
Feel free to browse, friend.
Okay, tell me a room. Well, can I persuade you anymore? I can. Okay.
What? That's just stupid. I wish. Yes. What you? Remarkable. Not whatever you want. Don't waste your That's just what a. I accept. I have no choice. Don't waste. You think that's fun? Well, don't. Please. Whatever you want. Don't you think that's funny?
Oh,
remarkable.
Shit. Well, what can you do? All right, tell me a rumor.
Samuel Bantian used to be able to pick any lock in the city. He's settled down now, though.
What about Thorinir?
So, Ogier sent you, Well then, he usually sizes up people well, so you may be just what we're looking for.
Okay, start from the beginning about Thorinir and his attempt at monopoly or something. I forget what he was doing. Oh, he was selling stuff for shockingly low. Where could he be getting his stock, right? That was the big question. All right, start from the beginning.
I'm the chairperson for the Society of Concerned Merchants. We formed this group a while back to keep a nice, fair economic balance in town. Not every store is a member, but we're slowly trying to convince them to join. Everything was fine until Thorinir opened his shop nearby. Selling all sorts of merchandise, he undercuts prices like you wouldn't believe. He doesn't always sell what we sell, but it is still a problem. People who buy tend to want to spend their money there. That leaves none for us. It's getting so bad a few of us may have to close up shop. He outright refuses to join the society or even discuss the matter. We are convinced he's up to no good. What we need is for you to case his establishment and figure out where he gets his inventory. Find some proof of his wrongdoing and let us know. We cannot do it ourselves, as he recognizes all of us. The job pays a fair bounty in gold when he is brought to justice.
Okay. Tell me more about Thorinir.
I hope you're more successful uncovering his scheme than we've been.
And about the inventory?
His inventory must be stolen. It has to be. He prices less than it costs to make some of those things. Go see for yourself.
Okay, let's see. Can we do it? Should I do any
offer
selling?
the finest goods and the lowest prices in
You have
all
anything I should
Cyrodiil.
buy? No, not really. Okay, good talk.
Thanks again for your help. We had no other place to turn.
Alright, let's go case the joint. Jumping and sprinting and fighting decreases your fatigue. Okay.
Fresh.
Hey.
What is it now?
Agarmir.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are you? Tell me about the city.
I supply many fine city merchants with goods, all sorts of things. Whatever I can buy cheap and sell dear.
Okay. What do you think of Thorinir?
Don't know anyone by that name. Now go away.
Oh, yeah?
Considered the
Yeah.
Yeah? Never seen you around here. Tell me about inventory.
Inventory? I am a simple trapper. My inventory just consists of pelts and skins. I would hardly call that inventory. Now get out of my way.
Fighters Guild.
Yes.
I understand Ida of Lenormand enjoys jumping off high things, like buildings.
Maybe she could teach.
Okay, let's head on in here. The copious coin purse. I do feel as though this is another instance, maybe less egregious than some of the other ones, but where it would have been cool if there were more branches to some of these quests. It'd be cool if, you know, there was reactivity for being in the Thieves Guild. Right?
Welcome
You could
to
rope
the
in
copious
Thorinir
coin purse.
and blackmail him into being a fence. Thorinir.
What kind of deal can I make for you today?
That said, I do feel like Cyrodiil's Thieves Guild would sort of respect the Society of Concerned Merchants. You know, their sort of union. They may actually respect that. Okay. Tell me, well, let me persuade you some. Okay.
Really now? You're revolting. I
Fuck.
doubt it.
Okay.
You win this one. Please, I doubt it.
This is a nightmare.
That's foul. Please, I doubt it. You should be ashamed. I doubt it. That's enough. Your goodness. What can I say? I can't. You should be ashamed. Please, I doubt it. No, I doubt it. That's foul.
Okay. Can I trade with you
Offer the
before
finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
before we get down to business here? Imperial breeches. Fortifies speech, personality, and mercantile, all for 5 points. Shirt with suspenders. Okay. Nothing too wild. Are his prices actually that amazingly low? I guess some of them are pretty low. Okay. Good talk. How about your inventory?
What about my inventory?
I think it's stolen. Very nice selection, Thorinir. Where do you get it? It's a very nice selection.
Well, thank you. It's not only a fine assortment of goods, but a bit of a treasure trove. You never know what I'll have in stock. I can see by the look on your face you wonder where I get all these fantastic items. I'll tell you what I tell everyone else who asks. It's all about who you know. My sources are good, but they are secret. Anyway, have fun looking around, and when you are ready to buy, give me a shout.
Okay.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again very soon.
Sure. So I think we just need to hang out in the shop for someone to turn up, right? Is there something I can get out of the, like, lectern? Maybe I'm meant to read the note.
Hello again.
Maybe that's it. Okay. Sure. So here, I guess since I'm gonna have to break the law, put on the gray cowl. Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh, no, I'm the gray fox now.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again very soon.
Okay, let's read this. Sit up against the wall. Drop your head between your knees. Breathe deeply while reciting the 7 aphorisms to Akatosh. Swallow the ointment. In a short while, the hangover will be gone. Okay, the lectern. Over here. Recipe, a less rude song. Brief history of the Empire. Shit. Maybe I am meant to wait. Okay. Oh yeah, look at his big sign. The copious coin purse. The shop where your purse is just as full after you buy. Okay, I don't think his contact is going to come in here, huh? I could go into his private quarters, but I don't think we're meant to. Oh, fuck it, I've got to do it. May as well. Maybe we're meant to wait outside the place. Do like a stakeout on the exterior. The real Baron Zaya, brief history, absorb skill, illusion, detect life. Okay. Could be casting this some more. $8 gold here. Lovely. Cheese wedge. Barrel. Meh. Okay. Did his secret contact enter yet? Now that I've come back down here? No. Guess I'm just gonna go into his basement. Okay. Anything of interest down here? Clothing. Very hard locked on a chest. There's iron boots. A ladder. Silver mace. Repair hammer. Oh yeah, should I use up some of my repair hammers? Try and get our stuff back up to a hundo. There we go. Okay. And then let's drop the repair hammer. Or the rest of them even. 20, there we go. Good. Another chest of interest.
Stay, go. What do I care?
Okay, let's do a quick save, head on out, and then we'll remove our cowl, and then we will go outside here. Good. Okay. See you, Thorinir. And I think, do we just wait out front? We just wait and stake out the joint? Maybe that's it? Oh, where'd the mysterious visitor?
Your shield arm looks
inexplicably strong. Talked about Thorinir. where did Agarmir go, or whatever his name was? Huh. Okay. Quests. I should keep an eye on him and watch what he does after his shop closes. Okay. Sure. Well, it should be closing any second now, no? What time is it? 9:04? Man, he's open late. Oh, who are these people? Oh, it's the courier. Or Jabi.
Jabi helps his brothers, Rajirad and Hasiri, to run the Black Horse Courier. Others write. We organize. We deliver. The news never stops.
Okay, tell me about the city.
The Black Horse Courier brings the news of the people to the people. We are funded by the Empire, so our broadsheets are always free.
Tell me a rumor?
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kavach, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion Gate and saved the city.
Okay, good talk.
Good day.
Damn, he put on armor. Was that him? Oh yeah, there he goes. Oh shit. Okay. Careful, creamy man. We're tailing him. We're like doing one of those annoying tailing missions in Grand Theft Auto. Can't get too far, but if you get too close, your cover is blown. Really a problem at stoplights. and turns. Okay. Sure. Gonna keep shooting off magic, I guess. Good thing he doesn't notice me casting spells directly onto him. I was worried that that would be a problem, so I was avoiding aiming them at him, but this works too. He's going over to the Arboretum? You know what? I thought I knew where he went, but apparently I've forgotten completely. When in combat, manage your fatigue well, as running out of it might get you staggered and knocked down. Right, but supposedly they had lessened the impact of that. Is that wood root? Oh my god, it is. Quick saving. What are they talking about?
Disgusting creatures. I hope to never see another. Goodbye.
Okay. They're just kind of chilling here. Do I need to get even closer? Who's this?
A couple of days ago.
They're just staring longingly into one another's eyes. Yeah, my illusion went up. As a new expert of illusion, you know what is and isn't real, and how to fool the minds of your opponents. You can now cast expert level illusion spells. Well, I don't think this is what I'm meant to be doing. It's the echoey tone on their voices is really wild.
Hello.
What's new with you?
Okay, maybe I should just talk to them?
Dangerous place.
Hello.
I'm Amantius Electus, the writer.
Oh shit, Amantius Electus.
Lives of the Saints.
Tell me about the city.
I'm here in the city for access to the temple libraries and for the bookstores, especially the first edition in the market district.
Okay,
Goodbye,
good talk.
Ken.
Bye.
Is he leaving now? Is he on the move? Okay. Good lord, the crouching. Why do I look like a fucking Minecraft character crouched like this? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck. Okay. Now someone else is coming up to Thorinir to speak.
It's you. Hi. I understand old Dovin Aren can still teach a bit about alteration.
He still teaches others, though. Of course, you have to try to avoid all the old man dust.
They're saying some cult murdered the
All
Emperor
the
and
old
are
man
opening the
dust.
Oblivion gates. Do you think any of it is true? Bastards. If I ever got a hold of one of them, put him in the fire like the old days.
Good to know.
See you. Farewell.
Oh shit, he's coming back around. Dude, he ain't going anywhere of note. How long am I supposed to tail this damn guy? Thank God he's not talking to this a-hole. Okay, maybe he's going to where we need to go. Okay. Alright, alright. This looks good. This is a good sign. Good. I have it's Aura Linway. One of my vendors of choice. Okay, maybe it is in here that he goes to. I'm worried that earlier at the Arboretum, maybe my love bomb somehow doing that bugged him out, which is why he just stared longingly at the other dude. No? Okay.
How goes it?
Sure. I feel like nothing's gonna happen. See, I thought it was here in this district, in the center, by the tower itself, is where he went. Maybe I'm mistaken. God, is he just going back to his own damn house? Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This could be it. Okay. Am I meant to stay chilling here, or what? Can he see me in this? I feel like they can see me.
That you, Agarmir?
God, you gotta get real close.
Not so loud. How many times have I told you that?
Sorry. I'm not used to this kind of meeting. It always makes me nervous.
Well, just shut up and listen to me. The next shipment will be sooner than I expected. Just have the money ready.
Same assortment of things? I mean, I have enough clothing for now.
You take what I get. I get notice at the last second, and I have to jump on it. No time to be picky about it.
Well, that society is putting more pressure on me. So maybe we better cut back for a while.
You cut back now, and I'm going to take my business elsewhere. Or maybe pay a visit to that Jensine and tell her about your little scheme.
Fine. You made your point. Contact me when you have the items, and we'll meet again.
Don't worry. It'll be very soon. Now get out of here.
I've observed a meeting between Thorinir and a mysterious man named Agarmir. Looks like my new target is Agarmir. I should follow him and see where he goes. Okay. I think, can I speak to Thorinir as soon as they split off? I think so. Oh.
Hey.
Why are you following me? Please, go away. I'm quite busy.
Tell me a rumor.
Those wanted posters of the Grey Fox are everywhere.
They sure are.
Please, I'm very busy.
Nope. Went through here. Good. Now this guy goes into the center, right? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Hey.
Oh, A. Okay. I always felt that this was such a weird and, frankly, perhaps poorly paced quest for being one that you're liable to encounter very early on, right? It's such a peculiar choice for an introductory quest. Okay. At the very least, we can train up more illusion. Man, where does he go? Does no one ever come out here to this part of the city? Let's go into the Talos Plaza district. Apparently, I don't remember jack shit about this quest and where they go.
Hey.
Hey. Also pretty good for leveling my sneak, I guess. Maybe there's like one of the back alleys has what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's it. Okay. Oh, he went into his own damn house? I've discovered that Agarmir has a house in Talos Plaza. I should go inside when he's not around and investigate. Okay, well, how do I know when he's not around? Okay.
Speak.
Let's see here. Let me do a quick save. And I guess we'll just wait here for like 8 hours, perhaps? 10 in the morning? Maybe that's fine? Okay. Am I taking sun damage yet? No, I'm not. Well, I don't know if he's not around, but I can certainly enter. Oh, it appears that Agarmir is home, and the door is barred from the inside. Oh. Okay, 2 more hours? Oh, in your dream, you see a beautiful young woman holding an infant to her breast. As it turns out, she wants to give this baby to Manamarco, because she's a Manamarco lover. She loves the King of Worms. Because the baby is not a human baby, it's a giant worm baby. It's a big worm. You awaken screaming. Okay? Dude is still home. And I am cooking now. Now I am actually cooking. Okay, can I enter someone else's house? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna break and enter to his neighbor's house, and hopefully this is fine. Hopefully I can just camp out in here for a bit. Well, no, I can't because it's trespassing, isn't it? Yeah, I can't wait while trespassing. Well, fuck. Maybe this guy is in here sleeping? Matthias Draconis? They're not dead, are they? Bunch of clothing in here. Okay. Well, what can you do? Okay, maybe we'll have to go to the nearest guard tower and wait in that. Still not accessible, huh? Yeah. Dude is home. Montus's house. Okay. Watchtower.
Hello.
And then let's wait for 3 hours? Maybe 4. We'll see if this works.
Are you not feeling well?
Oh my god. Okay. And then we'll check his house and see if we can get in now.
Are you not feeling well?
The telltale sign that we can't get in, yeah, maybe that it's locked. Oh shit, here come the guards. They're none the wiser, I think. Okay. And then his basement is where we're being led. Sure. Then over here. Oh. I found my way into Agarmir's basement. The place consists of an odd assortment of clothing and trinkets. Most disturbing is the dirty shovel and mud-encrusted boots tucked into the corner, and the bits of ground bone meal strewn about. I suspect Agarmir's stock he sells to Thorinir is taken from the recently dead. I should continue to search carefully for more solid evidence into this grisly accusation. A butt upon the floor. Quilted doublet. There's a head here. I mean, what more evidence do I need than the skull? Okay. Treasure chest. And like a blood spatter as well. Okay. Anything else? There's like a hilarious amount of bone meal. Thick cowhide. Macabre manifest. Oh, it's so macabre. Okay, let's have a look. I found a manifest that seems to detail names of the recently deceased, what they were buried with, and their locations in Cyrodiil. I should take this macabre manifest and confront Thorinir, as he may not realize where his merchandise is coming from. Recently deceased. Fertilis Wagarium, Imperial City, quilted doublet, green silk pants, gold-trimmed shoes, gold ring. Kassir, Cheydinhal, green and blue outfit, green velvet shoes, silver amulet with blue stone, silver ring. Nodur Cloud Seeker, Bruma, fine silk robe, silk shoes, fine ashen cane with inlaid copper, gold ring. I wouldn't mind having a fine ashen cane. Nodaria Wythel, Breville, blue dress, blue suede shoes, fine silver necklace, gold ring with polished stones, gold ring with red stone. Kayla Swinchell, Breville, white dress with floral pattern, gold trimmed cowhide shoes, gemmed necklace, gold ring with onyx stones. Dondalar, Leowin, green brocade doublet, green silk pants, green velvet shoes with gold, thread with gold thread trimming. Oh. Polished wood box with silver fittings, small polished statue of azure stone in box. Holothanius, Cheydinhal, decorative leather armor with gold buckles, silver longsword personalized, soft leather boots, glass ring. Offered Gabbings, anvil, travel cloak with silver and green leaf fastener, enchanted short sword with inlaid writing, gold ring with inscription, cursed, leather-bound travel journal. Selena Rotona, Imperial City, red velvet dress, red and gold velvet shoes, silver necklace with locket, silver ring with blue stones. I'm surprised that there's like there's a shocking amount of stuff in here that don't actually exist in the game as items. Wonder if it was like cut in the interest of time. Imagine a version of Oblivion where you could go around with like a pimp cane. Okay. Cool. Anything else here of interest? No. I guess we'll just go meet with Thorinir while he's still open. Okay. Should I check out the rest of this dude's house? Maybe. It's illegal to open this, his private quarters. Amazingly. Okay, he's got like spooky candles too. Very macabre candles. Macabre candles for a macabre manifest. Okay, sure. Well, let's head on over to Thorinir's then. There we are. Alteration magic has spells that unlock doors and treasure chests. Okay, and then over this way. You know what? I'm just going to run over there.
A gray fox has been spotted. Some of the men
over here, because I'm worried that time will go too
all
quickly.
Right? You look a bit ill.
Denari
I
Omnis.
used to admire you.
Okay. Sure.
Shadow hide you.
Let's head over here. Do we have to go through one more district, one more slice of the city? Looks like it. Maybe. Huh. Weird that it's having me go there. Okay, it just updated. Gotcha. Okay. Good.
Is everything all right?
And then, Thorinir should still be open for business. He stays open quite late. Copious coin purse.
Hello,
Thorinir?
again. Welcome back.
Hello? I have proof that a lot of your wares, if not all of them, are taken from the dead. Well, the recently dead, which makes it very different from what I do.
I can't believe what I'm seeing in this book. I'm mortified. To think these things here were once on the bodies of the recently deceased. It's just too horrible to comprehend. I don't even know what to say. I guess an apology is not enough. What can I do?
Help me catch Agarmir.
Yes, that's the least I can do. First and foremost, I will never meet with him again. I can promise you that. Secondly, I remember him mentioning a place he had to be this very day. Yes. That's right. He said that he wouldn't be able to do anything else as he had something important to do. You don't think he would dig up another... Oh, no. He wouldn't. But I guess he has been. Oh, my. What have I done?
Don't worry, I'll stop him.
Yes, you do that. And in the meantime, I'll decide what to do with all of these ill-gotten things. I'm so sorry.
Okay, tell me more about your inventory.
I don't even want to look at it for another moment.
And taken from the dead?
Everyone can forgive me for not doing a better job checking up on my sources.
Okay, sure.
I hope you can forgive me. I had no idea.
Okay, let's head on out over here. I mean, I don't know. I've always thought it was weird that it was taboo, right? I guess if you have some sort of sanctity over corpses and stuff like that, but I don't know how much I would care, right? You know, if I'm dead and gone, you know, feel free to take my clothes, right? If friends or family want them, and even beyond then, let whoever wants them to have them, right? All the better if they actually use those clothes, right? I'd rather them not be just pawned off to somebody. I'd rather, like, you know, some use gets out of them. I'd be down for that, right? One person's grave robbing is another person's estate sale. I've noticed that the door to the Trenchus family mausoleum has been unsealed. This must be Agarmir's doing. I should proceed inside. Okay. Over here. Good. I mean, shit. With how much thrifting I do in real life, this very shirt may be from the recently deceased. I don't know. I don't know. This is a secondhand shirt. Who can say? I've located Agarmir inside the Trenchus family mausoleum. It appears as though he's attempting to desecrate another grave, along with someone else I don't recognize. I need to convince him to stop this heinous act. Okay.
I had a feeling you'd catch on sooner or later. That's why I had this trap prepared for you. If you'll notice, the grave is already dug. This time, it wasn't to take something away from the graveyard. It was to add something. I'm afraid all I can offer you is an unmarked grave.
Oh, no! Oh, shit. Okay. Look at this guy. Decked out in the fucking Daedric, huh? Gordon, get in here. Let's fuck him up. Oops.
Yeah! This ends here!
Agarmir has been slain. Since the penalty for grave robbing is death, it somehow seems as though justice has been done. I should search the gravesite for anything potentially incriminating. Dude, the penalty for a lot of things in Cyrodiil is death, as it turns out.
Do your worst!
Good. Man, he's got almost a full set of Daedric. That is wild. Daedric longsword, though. Debaser. Agarmir's house key. Dark shirt. I guess I'll take it. Gold. Trenchus mausoleum key. I'll take the weapon. What does it do again? It's because, like I said, this is such a common quest to do in the early game. I often remembered having and using this weapon for quite some time. Drain endurance and willpower. Yeah, it's not great. The amazing thing about it is that no matter what, it's enchanted. So it's a simple way to get an enchanted item early on in the game, which will let you kill enemies that are otherwise immune to normal weapons, you know, like your ghosts. So it's very useful in that sense. Okay. Well, anything else here? Bouquet of flowers. More bone meal. Lord Belarus Trentius. I already pulled out all the bone meal. Logos Trentius. Lodarius Trentius. Opelidus. Mira. Oh, no one in that one, I guess. Vardaran Trentius. Kalira. Caliban. Dalidus. Raldos. Okay. That's really wild that he was just going to bury me in there with Lord Belarus. Right, he was just gonna bury me with the other dead guy. Okay. Let's see, I'll take this and I'll just leave this armor here. There we go. Give him a little fun treat. There we are, and the sword. Cool. Yeah, sorry, your dead family members, they got grave robbed. Your mausoleum got hit up big time. Enjoy the armor and the 2 shirtless men. Do with them as you please. I hear that someone in Skingrad may want them at a premium. You open the door with Trentius Mausoleum key. Because I don't think you ever... Do you ever debrief with the Trentius family about this? I don't think so. Oh, is my quest just straight up complete now? Oh, I think so. I should search the gravesite for anything potentially incriminating? Oh, really? I was meant to search it for something. The shovel, maybe? Oh, yeah, Agarmir's shovel. I've acquired Agarmir's shovel, still damp with the fresh earth of the open grave. This is the final bit of proof I need of Agarmir's crimes. I should bring it back to Thorinir. Yeah, because there was so much dirt in there. Okay. We'll head over to Thorinir here. Let me get some speedy time buff. And hopefully we can still visit Thorinir. What time of day is it? 8:08. He was still at the shop. Even this late. At least before we blew this whole thing wide open. Oh yeah, there you are. Thorinir!
Were you able to stop Agarmir?
I killed him. Here's his shovel.
And we can at last rest. I feared had he somehow bested you, I'd be next. It's fortunate that your skills exceeded his. I have come to some decisions. I intend to donate all of the money I have made, as well as what is left of these stolen items, to the temple. I also want you to know that I had a long discussion with Jensine, and I have decided to join the society. I realize you risked your life to give me a chance, and Thorinir never forgets things like that. Accept this ring as a humble reward. It's the least I could do to say thank you. Now, don't be a stranger. The copious coin purse is still in business.
Okay. Tell me, Weatherward Circlet. Tell me about your inventory now.
I have disposed of all of my ill-gotten merchandise and replaced it with more expensive but carefully obtained items.
Okay.
You've shown me mercy. I won't forget that.
I like that he gives his proceeds to the temple.
Have mercy.
Which, of course, you know, definitely helps out anyone affected by the grave robbing. Right? I'm sure they appreciate that.
Do you have good news?
I do have good news, Jensine.
I have been anxiously awaiting your return.
Okay, well, let's hear a rumor first.
Samuel Bantian used to be able to pick any lock in the city.
Why does everyone want me to know about
though.
Samuel Banton? Okay. Well, I know about Thorinir's inventory. It was maybe taken from dead people.
I am pleased that Thorinir has decided to donate his inventory to the temple. At least he is trying to make amends.
Right, yeah, I mean, he didn't steal from your dead family. Like, what do you care? All right, we can't ask anyone from the Trentius family, I guess. Taken from the dead, capital D.
The very thought of what Agarmir was doing sickens me. I hope those poor souls rest in peace now that this is over.
Okay. And it is worth bearing in mind, right? They were resting in peace. You know, there were no ghosts. There was no haunting going on, right? There was nothing of the sort. The dead seemed to not mind. I'm just saying. All right, Thorinir.
Well done. This shovel will certainly confirm Agarmir's crimes. Along with the manifest, it should prove useful to the City Watch. In your absence, Thorinir visited and we spoke at length about his role in this scheme. I believe him when he says he didn't know Agarmir's sources. He told me of his intentions to donate all of the money and inventory to the local temple. He also agreed to buy and sell merchandise at fair prices. Last but not least, he's officially joined the society. I am taken aback by his honest intentions. In return, the society has decided not to press charges. His name will be absconded from the records of this crime. Now, I'm sure you are waiting to hear about your reward. The society thanks you for everything you have done. Please, take this gold. Many thanks on behalf of all of us.
Sure thing. Thanks, Jensine, for the 600 big ones. But once again, I get that maybe the society wouldn't want to press charges, but who are they to completely abscond Thorinir's name? You know, if grave robbing really is such a big deal, and, another point to make is, the ghosts, there were no ghosts, they didn't mind, and this is kind of a frequent occurrence in Elder Scrolls, right? People do get haunted, they do take up, like, a cursed item or whatever off of a dead body. You know, that does happen. That happens. But nowhere along the line are we bothering with the Trentius family. Are they all dead? Is there not a single living Trentius family member at the very least? And I'm sure, like, Agarmir hit up other people, right? There were plenty of other names in that notebook, in the manifest, the macabre manifest. Right? But shouldn't it be up to them whether or not they decide to leave Thorinir's name off of the list? Off of pressing charges, let him off the hook? I feel like we're talking to the wrong people here at this point. Okay, tell me more about Thorinir.
I'm mature enough to admit I was mistaken about Thorinir. He's a welcome member of our group in the Market District.
I mean, I wouldn't say... This is so weird. Like, I wouldn't even go out my way to say that you were mistaken, right? Jensine, you were right. You were actually right about him. He was up to some bad shit, right? If we do want to, like, take at face value that, yeah, if we want to accept that grave robbing is, like, a horrible, heinous act, Jensine, you were right. You weren't mistaken about him. You were actually right. Be thankful that he turned over a new leaf, but there's no other way around it. You were spot on. You called it. You knew. You were right. You were right about him. All right.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
You look like quite
Tertullian
Happy to help
Varus.
you.
Who are you? Oh yeah, tell me about Thorinir.
The
Did you run a
society
shop?
triumphs once more, thanks to you, of course.
Oh, thanks to me. I guess you
Speaking-
were also in the society. What have you? Other Varus?
I used to think you were a hero.
Okay.
Farewell.
Farewell. How about over here? Who are you?
You're a
Barnado.
I used to think you were...
Yeah, you ran a shop, didn't you? Tell me around.
Captain Lex blames the Grey Fox for stealing the tax collection. He wants a bounty put on the Grey Fox, but the Legion commander has refused.
Well,
Goodbye.
Captain Lex is in fucking Anvil now.
Well met.
Herbal, Grow, or Kolg?
Well met.
Well met. Tell me a
The
rumor.
Imperial Watch seems awfully worried about the Gray Fox. Look at all those wanted posters. Bye.
Well,
Look
else can I
at the
talk
muscles
to?
on you.
Paloniria?
Good day.
Nope.
Bye. Greetings, Dunmer.
Claudette
Hello again.
Perrick? Tell me about Thorinir.
Thorinir didn't turn out to be such a bad fellow after all. I'm glad he decided to join the society.
Okay.
Bye.
How many other members of the society are there
Three
that I ought
brothers
to talk
trade
to?
goods.
I've shopped there many times. The brothers never fail to please.
Are you a vendor
day.
lord? Rasan? No.
Take care.
Let's see over here. And people are piecing out into the Merchant's Inn. Do all the merchants sleep inside this inn? Is this like the place to go if you're a damn merchant?
Well met.
Oh my god, it
Hello,
seems
my
so.
friend. It is good to see you again.
Thorinir.
Please return soon.
I used to
Kalendil?
think you were a...
Okay. Tell me a rumor.
Did you hear that someone broke into an Imperial Legion post and stole the taxes they collected from the waterfront?
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Gosh.
Your sheep.
Or a
A
Linway.
pleasure to speak with you.
Nope, nothing
Farewell.
else.
How are you?
Okay.
I hope I
Fintius.
can help.
Are you a merchant? Now tell me a rumor.
If you want luxury, there's nowhere better than the Tiber Septim Hotel.
Okay.
Good
Greetings to
day.
you.
Marrow Rufus?
What can I do for you?
Anything? Oh, I can give you 500 gold,
I would
sure.
gladly let you invest in my shop.
And tell me about the
And
city.
if you must have heavy armor, see Varnado. So heavy, so ugly. But it's your choice.
I don't know. I tend to think heavy armor looks way better.
How do you do?
How goes it?
Okay. Well.
Okay. You?
Oh, how about you,
A pleasure to
Milphus?
speak with you.
Did you run a shop? You seem to run a shop right now. Maybe you're... Are you an innkeeper here? Tell me about rumor.
Samuel Bantian used to be a wild one.
A
They
wild
say he
one.
used to be quite the locksmith.
Okay. Well, good
Bye.
time.
Are you not
Goodbye.
feeling well?
Be seeing you.
All right. Last person. Yeah, nothing. Okay.
Bye.
Hello, my friend.
I love the idea behind the Merchants Inn. Just like, man, we got all these merchants and we have to have somewhere for everyone to go at night because our game is just like kind of needlessly depicting these day-night cycles for everybody, right? Like, so many other games get away with, like, not having to worry about this. But, you know, they decide to go above and beyond and really lean into sort of the simulated world, the sandbox nature of things. Thus, shit, let's just make the Merchant's Inn the inn that almost every fucking merchant goes to and chills at. And it ends up being, like, really lively here, right? And frankly, it's so lively here that it goes to show how sorely missed Skyrim's bards are, you know? You hear of people who say that they do barding in Cyrodiil, but you never actually hear people, like, playing music or singing or anything, right? It would be amazing. You know, that's what I hope we see in Elder Scrolls 6, just like the scene inside of inns and pubs and stuff like that. Crank it way up. Have it be, like, very lively in a lot of them. I'd be so down for that. Right? But I do appreciate having all the people in here
friend.
chilling and, like, eating and drinking at night. That's very fun. All right. I suppose we'll call it here for now, right? When next we return, I think we will track down more of these quests. You know, we have so many. I certainly won't do the Vampire Cure just yet. We'll hold off on that. But we got plenty. We've got, like, yeah, Garridan's Tears is a big one. Oh, and we could get another... We could get some more of the houses and whatnot. Right? Is it Raid on Greyland? What is Raid on Greyland? I don't know. I don't remember Raid on Greyland. Yeah, maybe we'll do it. Yeah, maybe we'll fucking do it. Oh my gosh, and all this stuff with Glarthir. And then eventually I think it would be good to do some of these new ones. That'd be very shocking and weird. Yeah. I'm not sure when exactly we'll do them, but maybe soon here, as we're hitting up a lot of the side quests and clearing out our quest log. All right. Of course, however, if you'd like to stick around, we will be doing a little bit of reading. And what are we reading this time but... well, maybe another thiefly related one. We kind of got sucked into reading The Real Baron Zaya during a lot of the Thieves Guild arc, so we kind of missed out on opportune times. Yeah, how about a more mundane one? History of Lockpicking. I think last time, didn't we read Hiding with the Shadow. History of lockpicking. You'll excuse me, though, real quick. I am going to take a quick drink. Apologies. Okay. The modern lock has a fascinating history in Cyrodiil. The need to restrict access to one's home has been a problem since homes were first built. The very first security system was a simple bar across the door. This has the obvious shortcomings of only being functional when the owner is at home. The first recorded instance of a lock is the ingenious Armbreaker of Castle Anvil. The Count of the day put 5 slide bars on the side of the door. A hole in the door, just above them, allowed him to reach in and manipulate any of these bars. Only one of the bars truly locked or unlocked the door. The other 4 released the clasp on a hammer that fell down on the person's arm. Only by knowing which sliding bar was the true lock could one safely open the door. For over 100 years, the state-of-the-art in locks was defined by sliding bars and punished traps. Then the famous dwarf Muzunchen invented the pin lock. Wow, it was a dwarf who did it? The first example had 3 pins. The key was turned in the lock 4 times, each turn depending on a different pin being in position. Obviously, a pin could be used more than once. It was 65 years before anyone devised a method to open a pin-based lock without the key and without damaging the lock. It wasn't that the problem was so difficult. It was that nobody other than royalty could afford Muzunchen's locks. An enterprising blacksmith named Orenthal decided to mass-produce a common form of lock at a reasonable price. Suddenly, every shop had a lock. Now, there was a reason to subvert the locks. It wasn't long before lockpicks and lockpicking appeared. Orenthal became quite wealthy, inventing more and more sophisticated locks. Today's locks are sophisticated mechanisms with spring-loaded pins. Each metal pin must be pushed up by the key precisely to open the lock. Any imprecision in the key, any poorly made copy, or any clumsy attempt at lockpicking releases the spring tension, causing the pin to clamp down upon or even break the key or lockpick. Just like the arm, right? Locks are made more secure by using multiple pins in the lock. Multiple pin locks are more delicate and difficult to make, and more expensive, but provide a greater reliability against tampering. Multiple pin locks have the further virtue of resetting all pins when any single pin is tampered with. A single mistake and the 5th pin of a 5-pin lock requires a thief to reset all 5 pins again. Most affordable locks are 1-pin or 2-pin locks. The 5-pin lock is the highest achievement of the lockmaker's craft, and the greatest challenge to a would-be intruder. Picking the modern lock is an art form. A lockpick is a thin metal bar with a small tooth on the end. The tooth is used to press the pin up into the lock mechanism. The thief uses skill and experience to manipulate each pin in turn to determine the exact tension necessary to set the spring-loaded pin at its catch point. With a subtle pressing and lofting, right? Pertaining to a loft, like an upper level or something. The master thief determines the exact motion required to set it. A novice thief breaks many picks while learning his trade. Only with time and practice will he get better at guessing the tension and timing necessary to set a pin. As a result, novice thieves tend to carry a great many lockpicks, while the masters only need to carry a few. Right. Very fun, and frankly worth thinking about, here, let's pause it. Worth thinking about lockpicking as it goes into Elder Scrolls 6. I think there's 2 ways to go about it, right? And there's really 2 camps of people who are like either, and especially the former here that I'm going to get into was illustrated more so with the release of Oblivion Remastered and more people messing around with this lockpicking system. But there are those who would say, and I think it's a decent enough case to make, that lockpicking should remain simple. that what they had present in Skyrim and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 should remain there. It should still be that. Which, fair enough, right? Fair enough. I think there is totally reason to think like, okay, we want to maintain the security skill, the lockpicking skill in our games. It's another fun system that your player character can develop and all of that. And it makes for a fun little minigame. But we don't want it to be too involved to where you get into the minigame and it completely destroys the pacing of the whole dungeon. You know, you enter a dungeon, you find a locked chest, you go through and maybe you spend like 2 minutes or less picking the lock, right? The idea of it being a minigame but swiftly completed, I think, is crucial if you want to keep up the pacing, right? Because you don't want to have it to where you get sucked into lockpicking, right? And you devote too much time, and maybe whatever the dungeon designer is less, whatever the dungeon designer was up to, or if you had just recently read a note, it's that much less fresh in your mind if you're spending more and more time devoted to picking the lock. Conversely, there's the other point that variety is a spice of life or whatever, and there should be something more complicated. It shouldn't be this difficult, or that there should even be more, right? I would be down for instance, different versions of locks. When it comes to, I guess my dream, the simplest thing to do, in my opinion, would be like, okay, novice locks are maybe entirely chance-based or whatever, right? You flip a coin and it's like Morrowind. Depending on your skill, you pop the lock or you have to try again, right? You just interact with it. Maybe. That said, I think maybe that's not as interactive, right? You want a mini game. But for instance, like an adept lock, something more middle of the line, is what you get in Skyrim. And then have it to be like Oblivion's lock-picking system is maybe a master lock, a max level one, where it's a bit more complicated and involved. You know, that's maybe the simpler situation. But my personal dream would be that it works kind of like how armor smithing works in Skyrim, to where there are just different types of locks in the world, right? And you get perks that make it easier, right? Rather, I don't want it set up to where, for instance, a lock in a city, right? Let's get this out of the way first. A lock in a city, for instance, like if you're in the Imperial City, right? We'll use Oblivion as a example. You're in the Imperial City. You go up to a door, right? You go to break into Thorinir's house or his shop. There's a standard lock there, right? However, if you go into an Ayleid ruin and there's a locked coffer or reliquary, that is a different type of lock with a slightly different mini game, right? Maybe one that's simple enough to solve and all of that, but it's different. Same goes for, like, if there's a Dwemer chest, which, you know, doesn't really exist in Oblivion, or better yet, if there's something that's locked within Oblivion itself, right? The plane of Oblivion. A Daedric lock would look different. You could still apply lockpick tools or locksmith tools or whatever, whether those be lockpicks or something else. You could still apply them to it, but they function differently and the minigame is different. Now, I think the really important thing here, too, is you don't want to gatekeep high-grade locks from low players. I don't know if you want to do that. I think that's probably a bad thing. If there's something truly wild that you want to keep from players, you just set it up like they have been, to where it's like, you can only open this chest. You can only open this door with a key. Right, or it's barred from the other side, or you have to pull a lever or something like that. Do that, right? If you really want to gatekeep that from players, like because it's tied to a quest, or it's a artifact that is tied to a quest, or is tied to like character progression or something, right? But when it comes to just rudimentary in-world locks, have it to where there's none that are locked behind perk progress or skill level. Instead, it makes all of them a little bit easier. And more crucially, if you want to go into the perk system, right? Have it to where, this is what I think would be fucking dope. Have it to where you specialize in what type of locks you're good at, you know? And eventually, you know, in true sandbox Elder Scrolls fashion, you could get good at all of them, right? You could be like, yeah, my character is really good at lockpicking. I've got all the lockpicking perks, right? I have it to where mundane locks made by regular folks in cities and stuff, I can pick into that real easy. I have a perk that makes it substantially easier. Like, if it's a Skyrim style lock, the wind zone, as it were, right? The slice of pie where you get a success is significantly larger, you know? Something like that is one of the perks pertaining to them. And then a separate perk could be, for instance, on the Oblivion one, to where, like, substantially less pins fall down, you know? And you could have, like, a lock-picking system not unlike, you know, if it's a very magical one, it could be kind of similar to what is present in Starfield with the digipick system, you know, where you match up and align all these different things into the little sockets and all that. You could do that with, like, magic or whatever, right? Or just, like, sliding around physical pieces of something, you know, in, like, a more stone-crafted or metallurgic sort of lock, something like that. I would be so down for that. I would really enjoy that. You know, make it more akin to, like, Armorer in Skyrim, but not tied to metal type, but, like, who made this lock, right? What type of culture created this lock? Yeah, you could have it, you could even have it be more minute than that, especially if multiculturalism is a lot more present in Elder Scrolls 6. Like, for instance, if we're in, like, if there's multiple provinces in Okay, we'll use Skyrim as an example again, right? If you try to go into an Aldmeri Dominion lock, you know, that's significantly different from one that's like Old Nordic versus Contemporary Nordic versus Contemporary Imperial, you know? Have them all be a little bit different and play out differently, right? And then you get different perks that make each individual one easy, you know, a bit easier. And like I said, I think it's important to keep these, at least when it comes to the lower grade ones, maybe you could have it to where, like, maxed out locks are always a bit time consuming. I think that's fine, and most players are okay with that. But I think it's important that anyone at any skill level could theoretically get through the lock. Because nothing sucks more in these games than you get through the dungeon and at the end, or near the end, there's a treasure chest that's locked, and you've got picks, but no matter what, your lockpicking is too low and you can't get in, right? That is a fantastic thing that they do not have present here, but is present in, like, Fallout, right? That does exist in Fallout, which, frankly, really sucks when you get to stuff like that in Fallout. It really sucks a butt if you find, like, a little random toolbox that has, like, a maxed out lock on it, but you can't pick into it, or requires high hacking and you don't have that. I don't think gatekeeping in that sense is good. Just make stuff a bit easier with the perk system and all of that, or your skill level. Right, I think there's a dream way to do it. And of course, as is always the case with stuff like this, with, like, development and all that, it's a lot of work, right? What's the payoff? I don't know how worthwhile it would be to have all that. And if you did have it, what are the chances of it breaking, you know? But those are my thoughts on it. That's my, like, dream. You know, that's my dream for, like, a future lockpicking system. That said, if you have to go do something a little bit more simple, I'm fine with the Skyrim stuff. You know, I'm fine with it. I want the main focus of the dungeon I'm in to be the dungeon. You know, I don't want to get too waylaid by picking into something. I'm fine if, like, at a certain point it becomes unimportant. It becomes second nature, just like, oh yeah, it was a lock, right? I think there is a virtue in it being fast to where it doesn't break up the pacing of the rest of the game. Keep the mini game being a mini
what
game.
happened to Ruslan
Anyway,
and Ronk?
when next
One
we
of the
return,
watchmen fleeced them for all their coin.
It's you.
Oh.
Hi.
How goes it?
Oh.
Fantastic.
Got a new
Thanks
quest.
for asking.
Imperial Watchman.
Good
A
for
corrupt
you.
Imperial Watchman.
Bye.
But anyway, when next we return, we will continue on with more side quests. Maybe we should investigate that. Is that new? I almost feel like that's new. That certainly was delivered by a new voice actor. Anyway, until next time, please take care of each other.